from your own black man. Dissertation. All right. So I can never tell when the recording has actually started with this here situation. Coming back to you with another message from the recovery room of Racism Not Anonymous. I just had a thought as I am preparing to put together some information, flyers for distribution, and I thought about where I was going to get these flyers from. Here in my city, and this is about supporting or not businesses of African descent. B.A.D. Yeah, business owners of African descent. My experiences with them, by and black, supporting African American, if you will, or people of African descent in business. The experiences have been pretty bad, quote unquote, because they have done some bad things. The people who own the businesses are not, quote unquote, bad people, yet they do some bad things. I could put that up here on the board. B.A.D. B.A.D. Brothers of African descent. It's like, it's about looking at the behaviors of African descendants. B.A.D. Bad. As a feeling, of course, that is something that we do not want to have. We do not want to feel bad. And when people feel bad, it's either an indication that they are feeling anger and or sadness, and possibly some fear too mingled in there. So we don't like bad, and we typically label people as being bad, and when things are bad, we work to get rid of it or them. So the people are not bad, the brothers, but it is about brothers of African descent. Being an African descendant. There's a couple other terms, acronyms I have for B. But brothers of African descent. But it is about the behaviors also. The behaviors of African descendants. And for me, it is those behaviors that are quote unquote bad. And as it relates to business, this is what has happened. In my attempts to support, many business owners have done things like overcharge me for what the item was priced to be, and in such a way that when I questioned it, I was told that, well, you don't do that to the Koreans, or you buy there, you spend your money with them, and or other arguments, justifications of why it was okay for him to have miscalculated and overcharged me for items that I purchased. And at that particular location, that particular black business, the business of African descendants, and who just happened to be in the business of providing knowledge and information to support consciousness and to support health, in terms of they have a restaurant with food, and spiritual, no less, energy and vibe and knowledge. This is the group who have behaved in this way on at least 2 or 3 occasions, and still I have gone back because I have a desire to support black. Now I have the need to do these flyers, and I'm considering Vista print, or the online thing. You get the $500 for $1, shipping costs and whatever. As instead of going to there is a print shop here, and it's in walking distance to my home, owned by African descendants. For all intents and purposes, it appears it's an African-owned business, printing shop, DocuCare, I believe. well, that is the name of it. I believe they're all African owned, and I have done business with them, and they have also overcharged and actively. It's like the disposition as you're interacting and dealing with the person, the people, and they were all brothers. Like one example, my husband went to get some printing job done, and he did it for me, and was charged one thing. And when I went to get more copies of the same thing, the pricing was different, and it was higher when it was just me as a female coming to get the order. And another instance, I was there, and another clerk, like a person, he's a young, a youth, but working in the shop there, with an older brother wanted to charge me a certain thing, and it was like inflated charges. And the young brother was kind of like, well, if you do this, and so these are my experiences. And then recently with taxes, I go to this company tax brother of African descent, and he's telling me, you can't tell me how much you charge per form to do taxes. You have to wait until after you do all the calculations like this. But yeah, so you're going to see what and how much I may get back, and then you're going to bill me based on that. You don't have a set fee or a range. I just want a 1040 easy. What do you usually charge? But it still depends on the numbers. So this is the behaviors of business of African descendants who are in business, and that is giving me cause to question if I'm going to continue to support these brothers of African descent who engage in these particular behaviors of African descent, or these particular behaviors by African descendants. And for me, it's a problem. It's an issue. It's a dilemma. It is about practicing the principles of Ma'at in all my affairs. And so I intend to meditate more on it and see where the energy and the vibrations move me to do. Yet, I wonder, are other folks having similar experiences with businesses owned by African descendants? And if so, what have you done? How do you think about it? What's your experience, strength, and plan as it relates to dealing with business owners of African descent who do some pretty bad shit? Let me know. Thanks for listening to me share.